So you're an animator. You know the feeling, right? You pour weeks, maybe even months, into your creations, but getting any real traction on YouTube, it can feel like you're just screaming into the void. But what if I told you the real path to success, to actually making a living from your art, isn't what you think it is?
I want you to picture this. An animator could be you, could be anyone. Hunched over their desk, light from the screen hitting their face. It's late. For 3 solid weeks, it's just been them, their drawing tablet, and this one idea they are so desperate to bring to life. They're animating frame by painstaking frame, just pouring their soul into it. They finally finish, they hit that upload button, they hold their breath, refresh the page, and 20 views. 20. It is just soul-crushing. A feeling almost every single creator knows all too well. All that passion, all that work, for what feels like absolutely nothing. But trust me, this is not where the story ends. What if the answer wasn't to just work harder, to spend 4 weeks next time instead of 3? What if the actual key to unlocking a real income from your channel wasn't about having perfectly smooth lines or more complex rigs, but something else entirely? And this brings us to something I like to call the animation paradox. It's this totally unique challenge that only animators really face, but it also holds a secret advantage, a huge one if you know how to use it. Let's be real for a second. The harsh reality of being a YouTube animator can be brutal. Videos take forever, which means you can't upload as often as other creators, and the risk of burnout is incredibly high. But here's the flip side, the hidden advantage. Because it's so hard, there's way less competition. Your work is automatically unique, and the audience you do manage to build, they become fiercely loyal. So, okay, if it's not about having the most mind-blowing animation skills on the planet, then what is it? Well, the secret? It's storytelling. This is where your true power is. It's where connection becomes your most valuable currency. You know, think about the biggest animation channels out there, the ones that are absolutely crushing it. Are they all producing these Pixar-level masterpieces every single week? No way, not even close. Their secret weapon, the foundation of their entire channel, is built on something much simpler. Relatable stories. They've tapped into this storytime animation genre, sharing personal things that make you, the viewer, feel like you're not alone. And this right here, this is the most important thing to understand. People aren't just there to see pretty pictures move. They're there for the person behind the art. They subscribe for the connection they feel to your life, your struggles, and yeah, your wins too. And you don't need to have some wild, crazy life to have stories people want to hear. I promise. Just think about the universal stuff. That time you totally embarrassed yourself in front of your entire class. That's a story. The vulnerability of almost giving up on your dream. That's a powerful story. That first tiny win, like making your first $100 online, that's an amazing, relatable story. And you know what? These stories usually follow a really simple winning formula. Step 1, you need a killer hook in the first 5 seconds to make people stop scrolling. Step 2, introduce the conflict, the struggle. That's the heart of the story. Step 3, build up that tension, get the emotions going. And finally, step 4, the payoff, the lesson you learned or the funny twist that makes the whole thing worth it. Okay, so telling great stories and building a super loyal audience is awesome. But how does that actually pay the bills, right? Well, that's where something called the monetization stack comes into play. See, the real secret to being financially stable as a creator isn't about finding one magical income source. It's about strategically stacking multiple streams on top of each other. Think of it like building with Legos. You create a strong foundation that won't topple over if one piece has a bad month. So, your base layer, the foundation of the whole thing, is the one everyone knows: YouTube ad revenue. Once you hit the requirements for the partner program, YouTube starts paying you for the ads that run on your videos. This is your starting point. Next, you stack on merch and digital products. This is such a no-brainer for animators. Your characters and your art style, that's your brand. You can sell t-shirts, stickers, posters, or even digital stuff like your animation project files so other people can learn from you. Then the next layer up, sponsorships. And let me tell you, brands absolutely love animated storytelling. Why? Because it's super engaging, it's memorable, and you can weave a product into a story in a way that feels natural and fun, not like a boring ad. And finally, we get to the very top of the stack, direct fan support.
Using stuff like Patreon or YouTube channel memberships, your most dedicated, die-hard fans can support you directly every month. This is the ultimate power of building that loyal community we talked about.
So that's the whole strategy. But theory is one thing, right? Let's turn this into a super simple, actionable game plan that you can literally start using the second this is over. Here it is, just 5 easy steps. 1, pick a storytelling niche. This just gives your channel focus. 2, start simple. I am so serious about this. A story told with stick figures is 1,000,000 times better than a perfect masterpiece that you never finish. 3, post consistently. Even if it's slow, consistency builds momentum. 4, dive into your analytics and study audience retention to see what people love. And 5, build that community. Reply to comments. Engage with people. It matters more than you think. At the end of the day, it all comes back to this one idea. Your animation does not need to be Pixar level. It really, really doesn't. It just needs to make people feel something. Make them laugh, make them think, make them feel understood. That's the real magic. So please, forget this idea that you need a huge team or some crazy expensive render farm in your garage. All those things you think are holding you back, they're not the real barriers. They're just excuses. Because when you strip everything else away, there is only one thing that truly matters. All you need is a story that's worth telling. And guess what? We all have one of those. So the final question I have for you isn't about your software or your frame rate or how good you are at drawing hands. It's much simpler. What's the first story you're going to tell?